The Felix Sama Podcast, dropping it right about now.
The 69 Boyz did what every artist wants to do. They made a record that moved the clubs, crossed over to mainstream, and still feeds the culture decades later. This conversation should pull out the real story behind the hit, the team, the business, the lessons, and what Trill sees when he looks at today's music industry.
And where you living at, in Jacksonville now?
No, I live down by Tampa near Lakeland.
Okay.
A small town.
You like it out there?
Yeah, it's quiet. It's like in between Orlando and Tampa, Auburndale, Lakeland area. It's real quiet.
Yeah, man, that life on the road, boy. You gotta love it.
And do it's a good thing, you know.
You used to it. It's you probably feel like naked without it.
Yeah, man, when I used to come home off the road from the first run with Tootsee Roll, I would get hotels. I wouldn't stay at my house because I was just so trained, you know what I'm saying? Like for a good 6 months, I went through that.
That's crazy. I would never have a problem going back home.
Yeah. No, it was just so trained in me, man. I think it was a part of the detox of, you know, going from 2 days and just constantly 365 days a year. You just don't know how to function. Sort of like when you go from being clear-headed and then you get addicted to a substance. You feel like without that substance, life's not moving as fast. You know what I mean? So it was just, fame was the substance and not just being out there in that motion. I guess I was trying to continue living that part of it until I had to snap out of it and realize, you know, hey, that part is over. Go to this phase, you know, because it's still all the alphabet. And you got to conquer each one. But sometimes we get stuck on the F of fame and don't want to move to the next G of growth and how to manage it, and H of health and humanity. You know, every alphabet partakes in it, and we have to stop at every one and respect the process. But sometimes you get stuck at some of us get stuck at X, S for sex. And we just get a bunch of babies and can't move past that letter. You know what I mean? So, but I got past it.
Interesting observation.
Yeah, that's how it works sometimes.
I always love talking to you because we have these profound conversations and we really dig deep into, you know, the history of the 90s and the music that we were making, and the things that I was doing on the radio, the things that I was doing in the clubs. Obviously, you know, the 69 Boyz was a big part of my music catalog, and my heavy rotated go-to records. So, you know, we're gonna talk about bass music. We're gonna talk about teamwork. We're gonna talk about longevity. We're gonna talk about touring. We're gonna talk about ecosystems, maturity, today's artists, the legacy that you guys are laying down. What do you want people to remember about the 69 Boyz when it's time to shut it all down?
Man, that our goal was to make music for people to have fun. It's in us, in destiny, and no matter what era we came from or no matter what walk of life we took to get there, because people don't realize in the 90s, all the street dudes, it was bass music, period. So it's not like we had gangster rap and the gangsters did. No, gangster dudes was partying and then we was going to dance with the girls in the club in the biker shorts. You know what I mean? To have fun. So, you know, I want people to know that it wasn't about the fame for us. We always felt that if it was a party, that the party would need party music, and we wanted to supply that.
Yeah, and I know that you've mentioned before that some of your inspirations were the 2 Live Crew and groups from Miami. How much did that take a recording in your music? How much of that substance took you know to the studio with you? How much of that did you take to the studio with you?
All of it. I mean, when you grow up in something, and us, basically the only hip hop we had was what BET offered at the time, or MTV, and then back then it was Video Jukebox. So for us, the local scene was everything Florida. So it was engraved in us. That's why our music sounds the way, because Jacksonville, where I'm from, it's not in Miami. And if you ain't from Miami, Miami will tell you, hey, I'm not from Florida, I'm from Miami. So at the end of the day, you know, Miami is very segregated, that if you're not from there, they kind of give you the side eye. So that sound was something we adopted versus a lot of cats from my hometown was trying to sound more like what they saw on BET at the time, which was extreme hip hop, whether it was Special Ed or Kwame or Heavy D and the Boy. Everybody was trying to emulate that. And for me, it was going down south to get what it was that I wanted to do and just hope that the Miami crowd would accept somebody not being from the city rocking a sound that came from the city that represented the state.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I know the reactions that I got in the nightclub, like when I would play, you know, Pop That Coochie, or I would play Move Something or something like that. You know, obviously everybody will wild out to it. But the type of music that you guys were doing, the type of bass music you guys were doing was like really like for the girls, like really, really for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the True Life crew, I mean, Mr. Mix is my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I love him to death. And their music, man, made an impact in Miami, like, and all over the world. Like you guys were coming from a different lane, right? You were straight, you know, trying to make booties bounce and for girls to take it all off. Like, I mean, the True Life was doing that as well, but you guys were doing it with a different agenda. You know what I'm saying? When you came out with Hump With It, and Tootsee Roll, Donkey Bud, and Daisy Dukes and all of that, you guys were really focused on making the girls go wild.
Right. Yeah, man. No matter whether it was working with other groups or doing it ourselves, the sound that we had, first of all, North Florida and South Florida is different. And especially during the era of the Two Live crew and when they were building that, your MC80E, Uncle Al, you know, Poison Clan.
Rest in peace, yeah.
Miami itself was a tougher market. It was more, so when you hear their version of bass, it was more geared towards street culture because the street dude, whether it's the Tony Montana dude, most of those guys had big ropes. Most of the rappers already had big ropes and chains and Benzes because the street dudes was doing street things. Where if you go up the interstate in Jacksonville, our thing was more of a finesse game. We dressed nice. We didn't, even on the block, when cats were serving, they'll have a matching Dickie suit. You know, Miami, it was more so white tees, white beaters, and that is real grimy. So when you hear that sound, you can hear in the sound the griminess versus the commercialness of where I'm from. Now, of course, it was street dudes in Jacksonville and Orlando as well, but our focus was always getting money, looking good, taking some girls home from the clubs.
Yeah. Now, you're coming down August 28th. It is the ultimate dance and freestyle experience. Exposé's on that card. Jody Watley, Samantha Fox, Sapphire, Trinier, my girl, I just finished talking to her right now. Noel, No Mercy, Janice Robinson from Living Joy, well, ex-Living Joy, Voice and Fashion, Tony Moran. It's an incredible lineup, man. I know that you love performing in Miami. How much are you looking forward to this performance?
Oh, man. Come on, man. We've been practicing for this already. We started practicing about a month and a half ago, just getting ready for this because we want to bring it. First of all the acts on the show, they are upper echelon, top tier acts. And since music and hip hop and freestyle is a sport, even though we all meet in love, it's still like the Patriots versus the Cowboys versus the Jets. Everybody wants to walk away with the Super Bowl trophy of the best live performance that night. So we looking forward to it, and we looking forward to seeing what the other groups bring as well.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those, you want to be the one that the audience goes, blank, blank was a great performance, but blank, blank turned it out and stole the show.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, let me tell you, the tickets are selling fast. There's not a lot of tickets left, y'all, so make sure you go up on the link, and I'll put the QR code here. Go up on the link, get your tickets now because this show will sell out. The lineup is unbelievable.
Feel the beat at
the ultimate dance and freestyle experience. Friday, August 28th at the legendary Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Performing live, dance and freestyle icons, Jody Watley, Samantha Fox, Expose, Trill, DT, 69 Boyz, live, Susie Carr, Sapphire, Voice in Fashion, No Mercy, Turbo B, I'll Snap, Janice Robinson, Noel, Tony Moran, hosted by DJ Felix Sama. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. The ultimate dance and freestyle experience. Friday, August 28th at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood, Florida. For more information, go to dancenowamerica.com.
We are so looking forward to this in South Florida. I'm banging it out, like promoting it everywhere I do. I do these freestyle parties at a place called Cafe 27. No lie, man, we get like 500-700 people rolling out to these. We do it twice, every first and third Friday of the month. And now I'm working with a lot of different cities. I'm working with the city of Hollywood. I'm working with the city of Pembroke Pines. And we're doing a big July 4th fireworks party. 5,000 people will be in attendance. And you know they're going to be Tootsie Rolling.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, man. Yeah, definitely good love, man. Keep spreading the love. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So we got a couple of things that we want to tap into, man, because there's so much history with the 69 Boyz. I remember when Tootsee Roll first came out, obviously we played the hell out of it on the radio, but then the Moments in Love remix came out. Now, whose idea was it to do that remix?
The remix, I think CC Lemonhead will have to be credited with that. We knew we had to do a remix because the first record, the original record, had been out about a year of us just in the streets promoting and grinding and shooting the video and spreading the word. But it was only just spreading out the Southeast. So we were good in North Carolina, South North Carolina on down, and from Texas on over, but we needed to work the rest of the country. So the remix we created allowed us to extend the life in the Southeast region while we introduced the record to the rest of the country.
Yeah. Is that record yours? Do you own it?
I own my percentage of it. Of course, Rip It Records own their part of it, which they sold to Universal BMG. So, but my goal is to buy it all back. Well, actually, Universal BMG and Joe Weinberg was able to do a deal with Louis Bell and them for his part. So it's different owners, but I get my percentage.
Okay. Is there ever a possibility of remixing the song again?
I don't think I would touch it. I wouldn't touch it, but
Okay.
I'm praying that Bruno Mars or Beyonce or someone of that caliber that really invest in the sound that they put out and invest in the vision of a record would want to remake the record, and I would definitely bless them to be able to redo it.
Did the company Tootsee Roll ever step to you to try to do something?
They didn't, bro. But
Really?
again, if you remember the era, you know, for the 90s, 69 Boyz was suggestive. Our music was clean, but we were following Two Live Crew. But the only difference was we knew that since we wanted to see Two Live Crew in school when they would ask us about concerts and they could never come to our school, we was like, okay, well, we want to, be 69 Boyz, but we want to have clean music so we can perform everywhere. But women, and like you said, booty shaking and bouncing was always a part of the agenda. And I don't know if that company saw that as advantageous then. Now it's nothing to see girls shaking, eating Tootsie Rolls. You can see that on the commercial. But back then, it might have been a little risque.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you got approached by a lot of corporate companies to use and license the song, right? What was like a scenario that you could think of where you were like, wow, they stepped up to us to to use Tootsee Roll?
Right. Yeah, the Fortnite and people like that, video games are always, a surprise. Walmart did a Easter bunny, dancing Easter bunnies with Tootsee Roll playing. So yeah, no man, it's a blessing anytime. The thing that touches me most is when the cheerleaders on the ESPN National Cheerleading Contest like to use the record, because it's always multiple teams, and then they always hit us up to remake Tootsee Roll with the first verse with their team name in it. So every year the record is reintroducing itself, and that's love for me.
Yeah. So when it came to writing, I'm sure you told the story a million times, but you could tell me the skinny. But when it came to writing Tootsee Roll, like the day that happened, walk me through the day that happened and how the magic happened and got put together.
The magic happened in Daytona because I went to a club night, and I heard the Barry White record for the first time. He played it. The club went dumb. It was college night, and the club went crazy. I'm like, yo, I went to the DJ booth. I asked DJ Rap Productions, hey man, what was that record? Long story short, I got a copy of the record from him, and he put it on cassette. I went back to the studio that night, and CeCe made the beat. Jay Ski came in from Cracker Barrel. He had a Tootsee Roll bank up under his arm, and we had already been talking about creating a record that guys and girls could do. So that just made it simple. He came in there, put down his part, started saying the hook. I started doing the dance. We laid the actual pre-produced track down. It may have been 20, 30 minutes top. And then we came back and, we didn't lay any more vocals except for the crowd vocals. We came back and added that. But realistically, it took under 2 hours to make the record.
Wow. Look at that. And it came out to be one of the biggest bass records of all time.
Yeah, one of the biggest records of all time. Tootsee Roll is the longest running single in the history of the Billboard rap charts by about 26 weeks. And it's the second longest running single in the history of any singles chart in Billboard, second to only Tag Team Whoop, There It Is. And in the Billboard Top 100 rap songs, Tootsee Roll is number 2, only to Macklemore, Thrift Shop.
Yeah, and have you ever thought about how old the Tootsie Rollers are now?
Yeah, we see them every show. We see them.
They in their late 40s, 50s, some in their 60s, right?
Yeah.
And they still Tootsie Rolling, right? But don't be surprised if you get like lawsuits from people that try to do the Tootsie Roll and get hurt.
Hey man, we tell them every show, hey listen, starting at the first song, stretch your muscles, because by the time we're going to be doing a whole lot of dancing, and I don't want no lawsuits.
I pulled my muscle doing the Tootsie Roll. I'm going to sue the 69 boys.
Let's go!
I'm DJ Sama, a legendary South Florida DJ producer and feel-good specialist. From South Beach to Coconut Grove to Fort Lauderdale, I've played at the biggest venues, worked with major artists, and built unforgettable nights for years. Now, I'm bringing that experience to venues that need to turn things around quickly. This is Pack the Place.
Let's go! Back the place. Feel bass in your face. Back the place. Lights up, whole room shake. Hands up, no space. Back the place. Let's go.
I got a high school buddy of mine. His name is Julio, and he happens to own this spot called Cafe 27. It's right off of Sheridan and US Highway 27. And, he's been talking to me about possibly doing a night there. Maybe like a once a month old school night. They're cooked all right.
How do you turn a biker bar into a freestyle destination? Then I came back on Friday night, and man, it was quiet. I'm talking crickets. The room was empty. The system looked real rough. This spot needs a full transformation.
Meeting the famous Felix Sama. I can't wait to have this party. Freestyle Friday at Cafe 27.
You know what? I'm super confident in your abilities. I know you're confident in my abilities. What do I always tell you whenever we go into a venue? All you got to do is bring me the people, and they're going to be repeat customers.
Absolutely.
All the time. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's not working now.
And once that music started knocking, you could feel the shift. The energy changed. Needless to say, the booty shakers were in the place. At the start, I felt a little pressure. Anytime you build something from the ground up, you feel that. You want the people to show up. You want the concept to connect. You want the room to catch fire.
I'm turning 57. I'm having so much fun. I came from Orlando to enjoy DJ Sama.
What used to be a dead Friday with 4 people turned out into over 500 people in the building. That was not luck. That was strategy. That was vision. That was execution. I'm DJ Sama, and when I step into your venue, I'm not there to play small. I'm there to read the room, fix the weak spots, build the right vibe, and pack the place.
Back the place, back the place, back the place, back the place. Feel bass in your face. Back the place, back the place.
Come on now.
That would be so funny, man. That'd be hilarious. Hey, you know what? In 5 more years, Tootsee Roll will be the #1 most played song in Century Village.
Hey, hey, and Carnival Cruises, I'll take it.
Let me ask you, what separates a real artist from somebody just chasing attention?
Dedication, understanding, patience, and process. You know, you got to go through the process, and you have to understand at every level, you know, there are different achievements and there are different hurdles. Someone seeking fame will move to the next thing, the next trend. And to me, a real artist just sticks it out through winter, spring, summer, fall.
That's right. That's right. What made the 69 Boyz work? Because I'm sure there were things that could have made the group disband right away. Who kept everything together, and what was that secret ingredient?
The secret ingredient is God, because 69 Boyz, you know, like life itself, meaning the album 69 Boyz was a concept before it was a group, and the album was done before it was a group, because I had the template of Heavy D and the Boyz on the wall, and they were New York's version of party music from a rap group at the time. And I wanted to be the Southern version of party music from a rap group, a 3-man version of it. But I had to put the music down to sell to the 2 dancers, because Heavy D was 1 rapper and 2 dancers. So I had to be able to get, if I was going to get good dancers, I had to have a good product to show them the vision of what I was trying to do. So in keeping it together, it's never been hard, because I worked with, 2 guys. One, Fast Cash, who had already been on the road with Snap. From I Got the Power, he was signed through Johnny Wright's management, who managed, of course, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. And he was already seasoned. He had spent a couple years touring overseas with Snap and CNC Music Factory.
Right.
And then Slow Money, he was a dancer, but Slow ended up being injured, so he couldn't tour anymore years ago. So for us, we took a hiatus. I went into radio, and then coming back together was just based on time and the industry changing and going from classic soul to classic soul and hip hop, or classic hip hop and R&B, which opened a lane for us, because they were taking maybe the top 20 records initially out of the gate, and being from the South and in the South with that type of record, it created a performance lane for us to reintroduce and rebuild a brand.
Yeah. I hear that, man. So would you say that the music video is what took Tootsee Roll over the hump? or was it the performance on the road? What would you say made Tootsee Roll connect with all the main cities?
The touring at the time, if you were a top group, the industry wasn't paying like it was paying now, or like it's paying now. So you couldn't just demand 5-figure salaries for a live performance. Some groups could. Bone Thugs and Harmony, of course, MC Hammer, he was $50K or better. But for us, it was always about like the street mentality. And in the streets, I would undersell the next worker or dealer. My prices would be lower, but the product would be better. So when we came in, we were able to do 2 shows a day to cover more ground volume-wise, because we knew in the South, coming from the South, Outkast had just left New York saying the South got something to say. And they were one of the top groups in hip-hop. So if they were struggling to get play everywhere else, we knew we would. So we couldn't rely on radio. Even though we got a lot of love and support from radio, we had to hit the road, and then we had to rely on Video Jukebox. And anytime we could get a look as an independent from MTV or BET, we could appreciate it. But for us, it was straight grit, hard work, grind, and those relationships that we built then from doing that work and not building from the top to the bottom, but going from the bottom to the top. We still have a lot of those relationships today. You're one of those relationships.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what was the lowest point in your career, and what did you have to do to overcome that adversity?
I had to get off the pills. I got addicted to hydrocodone, ecstasy, Percocet. I think at the end of my binge, I was down to morphine just to function in the morning.
Really?
Take me through the day. But,
wow.
You know,
was that for pain or was that pleasure?
It was depression. It was depression. It started as a dentist visit, but because I wasn't a drinker or a heavy smoker, it became an escape because it was prescription. So to me, it seemed like a legal high, if that makes sense. And then it just morphed into something else. And, you know, until the point to where so many of them had my bowels locked up because they're all muscle relaxers. So now my bowels won't move. You're locked up. Now you got to get hospitalized. And the wake up point was just, one day just laying in the bed watching T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen and all those guys. You know what I mean? Just knowing that, hey, I can get through it, and talking to God, and God just saying, okay, I got your back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, God is definitely the answer. It's a lot of prayer. You know what I'm saying? And talking to God and having that fellowship really helps a lot to overcome any kind of battles that you have in your mind and physically.
Yes, sir.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Listen, most venues do not have a location problem. They have an entertainment problem. The night feels slow. The music misses the crowd. The lighting feels way flat. The promotion is weak. The room has no clear identity. That's where Sama Entertainment Consulting comes in. I'm Felix Sama. We help nightclubs, lounges, restaurants, and venues turn slow nights into signature nights. We study the room. We identify the right audience. We build stronger theme nights. We bring in the right DJs, live bands, hosts, and entertainment. We improve the sound, lighting, visuals, music programming, marketing, promotions, and customer experience, because a great night is not one thing. It is the right mix of energy, strategy, talent, production, and promotion. When the room feels alive, people stay longer. They spend more. They come back, and they bring their friends. Sama Entertainment Consulting gives your venue a real entertainment strategy, not guesswork. If your venue has slow nights, empty dance floors, weak themes, or no reason for people to return, let's fix it. Book a venue strategy call today. Sama Entertainment Consulting. Let's pack your place.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people live what's called a identity. And that's all the things that they told you you're not. Mm-hmm. It becomes a identity. And then what you need to do in order to break free from that is you need to find your identity.
And that's all the things that you know you can do. And then you got to go out there and you got to work for that, get that, and then you'll be living your my identity.
Nice. Yeah, no, hey, bro, that's real. I got to get that quote from you so I can repost that.
Listen to Myron Golden. I got that from him.
Got you.
This brother is so smart. He's a man of God. He's a man of Christ, and he drops so many gems, man, when it comes to just being in the right frame of mind, not only as a businessman, but as a father, as a friend, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's important that we stay present.
Yeah.
And always aware of what's going on in front of us and where we want to go. Right. And once you get to that place where you feel comfortable with yourself, mentorship is also something that I'm a firm believer that we should be doing to other cats that are lost. You know what I mean?
True story.
Yeah, man. So, what else did I want to talk to you about? So, like, with that overcoming depression, did that take a long time, or was that a quick, rehab?
The kick in the can wasn't a long time, but dealing with the depression, it started way before I got off of it. So it wasn't like I was just enjoying life one day. It's like any other high. It starts off great, and then it becomes a burden, and then you carry this burden all the time. So initially you take the drugs to get high and happy, but eventually you take them to try to escape the thought of when you come down and everything you should have been doing that you didn't do when you were high and happy. So now to escape that, I got to get high again. So then it becomes, at some point, your mountain of responsibility has gotten so high that even when you're getting high, you can't escape it if you're a responsible person. Some people just say, to hell with life, and just go live it out under a tree and sleep out every night and just keep fighting that. For me, it was about just realizing that I was better than that, and knowing that I was better than that, and getting over, like having to get over wanting to still have a career and not knowing how it would turn out. But see, that was the trick of the enemy, because once you have a career, I don't care if you're KC and the Sunshine Band, you always have a career. You don't have to get down on it. You just can't expect all the time that it's going to be 3,000 to 5,000 people in the venue. It's not realistic. Nobody told me that, because coming into the game, my first single, well, now it's close to diamond, if it hasn't gone diamond already. But my first single went double platinum out the gate. So all I've ever known is the fast life of it. So I thank God for it, because that was my college. Most kids don't get to go to college and have nice cars and their own off-campus place to live. But my music industry experience was in college, like being the BMOC, because I had a hit record. But I still skipped a lot of alphabets that I needed to cover, whether it was drugs, depression, everything that comes with the letter D that I had to go back and cover that I didn't the first time.
Yeah. Well, you found yourself, man, and it sounds like you got it together to the point where you're happy. I'm glad you did the radio thing, man, because I think the radio thing gave you a lot of wit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I interview you, you're spot on. Like, I could tell that you have experience, you know what I'm saying, with the way you do your reflections and the way that you speak, eloquently and whatnot. So that's, and you ain't trying to be, Johnny Cochran. You ain't trying to be like a big announcer, but the radio game did teach you, you know what I'm saying, how to react properly and organically give out the information of whatever you're feeling. What would you tell a young rapper that has a hit right now? What should he do before spending $1?
Oh, man. Before you spend $1, if you're a rapper, to me, I would say pay your tithes, because that's the first responsibility in everything, and sowing, that's like sowing putting seed back in the ground to grow again.
Sir. Yes,
Because,
sir.
that's just that. That's the first thing you should do. And then after that, get you a financial advisor to help you do the right thing.
Good advice. Good advice. Now, real quick, sometimes, I'm scrolling. I try not to scroll too much on platforms and whatnot. But, every now and then I'm guilty. You know what I'm saying? I'm scrolling through social media and whatnot. I saw the other day, like Rick Ross, telling off Drake. And I'm like, how old are these guys again? Why are we doing this? Like, what is, I'm sure that there's something to it, and I'm not dissing anybody in no way for doing it. But guys, we're a little bit old to be doing this in front of the jits. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah, I think but hip hop is a sport, and some people play the sport, in an eloquent way, and some people play it grimy. You know what I mean? But those guys have defined how they're going to play the sport. But I would rather them play it out with words than with physical violence, because it's always the crews who end up getting hurt.
Yeah. I was watching the story on the kid that was named the Triple X. Man, it's crazy what happened to him. Just when he turned his life around and was giving back to the community, he went to go buy a motorcycle at a car shop, and he had $50,000 in his duffel bag. And some dudes that were in that store, I guess he had his duffel bag open a little bit, and they saw the money. He got in his car, started going out the exit. They cut him off and then came to his car with the guns, and he didn't want to give up the bag, and they shot him.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Story, man. But,
Yeah.
I think even with the young generation, you'll have what you say. And a lot of them, from Juice WRLD, to XXX, those guys spoke a lot about death. And whether it was Biggie, Ready to Die, a lot of things, you have to be careful with your words, because you can manifest things in your life, whether it's your words on the internet showing off, hey, I got it like this. Now you got to watch where you're going. Or if you're putting on your live and you're at a venue and you got your jewels on and you on live and you put that in the atmosphere, now people looking for you. Hip hop is just different these days. So I would say for everybody out there, just to be careful what you say and what you do.
Oh, hey, what's up? Somebody forgot to put gas in this thing. I can't even go to where I want to go, but I'll be sure to gas this thing up July 3rd, because it's the next Freestyle Friday right here at Cafe 27 with DJ Sama. You know the deal. We in Southwest Ranches. Everyone's in free. Everyone's parking for free. And the party goes on till you say so. Freestyle, retro, 90s dance. The booty shakers, they love it. Cafe 27, over 2 years plus. We've been doing it real strong. I'm inviting you July 4th weekend, July 3rd, right here at Cafe 27, DJ Sama's Freestyle Friday. Échate pa' acá. We'll see you 4690 US Highway 27, Southwest Ranches. It's Freestyle Friday, and you gotta be here.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that artists these days need more than songs. Okay, they need an ecosystem to make a living. You know what I mean? Because it's not like back in the day where you're doing a ton of shows and you're making a ton of money or some type of money from your music, right? These days, with streaming platforms and DSPs and just the way the music business is set up, your music is just a calling card. It's just a business card for the most part. You got to build a brand. You got to build what I call, and what I've been taught, is a fan funnel. A fan funnel where you're capturing emails from your fans, and then you're going direct to consumer, and you're selling them whatever it is, your VIP bundles, getaways, merch, all the stuff that you can make, that you can sell your fans listening parties, Zoom concerts. Find different forms of revenue that you can sell, because guess what? All your fans have a credit card, but they can't use it if you ain't got nothing to sell.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's the way to go. It's the era of the super fan and servicing the super fan. Tyler Perry's the best for that. He didn't have to have the biggest studio. He didn't have to have the best people believe in him. He just had to have people that believe in his plays constantly coming to see it. And he built the empire off the super fans. Because I know as a young fan, I wasn't one that would go from city to city to see those plays, but I go from city to city to see the movies now because they're in every theater based off that small movement, that niche audience that he turned into an extreme demand.
So what would you say most artists are missing when it comes to monetization these days?
An understanding of how the business works. Everybody want to monetize something, but they haven't built no brand equity in what they're trying to monetize. What is it worth? What do you mean? What are you trying? How are you trying to get something from something? How are you trying to get the same money for a pair of shoes that you just dropped yesterday that Gucci put out 50 years ago? That's 50 years of brand development that justifies a $600 price tag. But you want a $600 price tag off for 2 weeks. I don't even know if this brand's going to break down. I don't know if I don't know this. So when it comes to monetization, everybody want to be monetized, but nobody wants to do brand development and product development to make sure what they're monetizing is top quality.
Yeah. Yep. What markets still show you the most love? Like where do you really feel at home?
The Southeast, anywhere there. Because, and out west, you got Phoenix, you got Cali, LA, San Diego, San Jose, Philly, Milwaukee. Those are some of the regions outside of the Southeast that just show so much love. Albuquerque, Denver, Colorado Springs, Pueblo. Every year we're on that end of the coast. So I would say those outside of the Southeast, but definitely everywhere in the Southeast.
That's great, man. And those places are important. Those are the ones that show you love all the time. So I popped up your Instagram. I can't believe Freaknik is still going on.
Oh, man, everybody throws Freaknik parties. It's not the original Freaknik, but everybody from that era goes to different cities. Like that commercial you have up now, that's my Freaknik Stepathon that I do a lot of Stepathons with steppers. We do the all-white Stepathon, the MLK Stepathon, and this right here is the Freaknik Stepathon going down in Dothan, Alabama on September 25th.
Are you still married? And your wife is good with you going on the road and all that?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, man. You got to have a secure woman to know that, we got kids that got to go to school and college and stuff like that, Yeah. The other thing ain't gonna pay no bills.
That's right. Boy, you speaking to the choir. That's for real right there. So is this a back in the day pic right here?
Oh yeah, in front of WJIZ in Albany, Georgia, with Jammin' Jay and Prince Paul.
Prince Paul, I remember that name.
Precious Paul.
Huh?
Yeah, Prince Paul was with De La Soul and them. Precious Paul is in Albany.
Yeah. I love that, I don't know if you got somebody doing your graphic and your motion flyers and all that, but you're on point with all that.
Yeah, man, you got to elevate and evolve. I tell you what, it'd be a lot less expensive to do it the old way, but you got to evolve if you want to compete in today's environment.
I'm trying to tell you, man. You got to stay up with the times. Now, talk to me a little bit about Suno and AI technology. How are you using it for the 69 Boyz or for yourself?
I call the people who use it and tell them what I'm trying to do and pay what they charge to do it. Cause, I'm a music guy right now, and I'm a fashion guy. And the things that I can't do and have no desire to do, I pay people that are the best in doing it so I can be respected in that field. So I just pick up the phone and buy it.
Yeah. Are you looking to make another hit?
Huh?
Are you looking to make another hit?
We drop a record every year, and every year we drop, we hope it's the next hit. I'm a musician. We never stop recording, praying for a hit. That's what we do it for.
Well, I mean, that should be easy for you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just going back to the waters, right? You know what I mean? And digging in the crates and figuring out, what inspired you to take it to that level where you want to do, you want to do it again. What time, right?
Well, no, you just keep doing it while you go through the alphabet. Because MC Hammer's still talented. Bone Thugs is still talented. Method Man is still talented. We just don't determine when God's timing manifests itself to a hit. So if we keep making it, God will bless it again. It'll come back around, but you got to have something in the game. Like you were speaking on the merch. You can't sell what you don't have. So those people are still talented. All of us are, but we have to realize that in God's equation of giving out blessings of popping off, it doesn't just happen. It's timing.
Be ready and you won't have to get ready.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's do some quick hits real quick. One word that best describes the 90s.
Fantastic.
Best city that knows how to drop it down low.
I would say my hometown because they got a lot of junk in the trunk to drop down low, but consistently just dropping it down low for no reason. ATL.
Okay. One thing every rapper needs before signing a deal.
Great lawyer.
Do you know what's your favorite salsa record? What's your favorite Latin record?
Favorite Latin record is probably, well, it's not a Latin record, but it's done by Latin dudes. The Afro-Rican, Give It All You Got.
Okay.
It's not really Latin, but that's the culture. So,
but you don't like like Mommy and Negro Taza.
That I was getting ready to say the second record will probably be DJ Laz's record because those two are the ones that introduced me to that culture.
Have you ever heard of Elvis Crespo? Suavemente, Bésame.
Come on, man. I lived in Orlando for 20 years with DJ Pro Style and DJ Nasty in the club playing that. Come on, man.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I know you got a little bit of salsa merengue in you, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Tony Touch, all them guys, man. They keep the whole Central Florida scene moving.
Have you ever been to Hialeah down here in Miami? You ever been to Hialeah?
Yeah.
Eat some of that Cuban food? What's your favorite Cuban dish? The Cuban sub sandwich,
but on the thick bread that looks like a sub, but it's two pieces of bread and it's thick.
But I'm talking about meals, like dinner meals. Like, what's your favorite Latin meal?
What? Black beans, rice, and chicken? Yeah.
What kind of chicken? Breaded chicken or regular chicken? Breaded chicken or regular chicken?
The kind like the roasted, the kind with the ingredients on it. The what is that in Miami I went to and they got
the sazon?
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man.
Pretty soon now, or maybe now, you got a whole new list of sponsors that can mess with you. You got Viagra, you got Bengay, you got Depends.
Hey, man, I tell people all the time when they call and ask us about a publicist, I say I want a publicist that can get us in all the medical magazines. So when our fan base is in the doctor's office, they just pick it up and, 69 Boys, let me see what they're doing. Health and fitness, all those type things. One-a-day vitamins, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can see Tootsee Roll being in some workout videos. That's easy. That's an easy one right there. Hey, man, once again, I'm looking forward to seeing you August 28th. It's the ultimate dance and freestyle experience with Expose, Jody Wiley, Samantha Fox. 69 Boys, you guys are the only bass group on the bill, so you got to shut it down. Oh,
man, come on, man. We so grateful. Shouts out to our first cousins, the freestyle family. They always show us so much love and let us in the door because freestyle artists don't really play. If you ain't a part of the scene and the movement, man, they don't really take too kind to that. So we're always grateful for the promoters and the artists that, intermingle and allow 69 Boyz to come party with our freestyle fam.
Yeah, no, man, it's going to be a good time, man. I can't wait. I've been blessed to be able to host the show, so we're going to have lots of fun. Are you going to get into town a little earlier so we could chop it up?
No doubt. Yeah, we'll be in town probably a day ahead of time, bro. And thank you for having me today, too.
Yeah, Thrill, man. You're like a brother to me. I appreciate you, too. We got to get down on the record. I already told you that, so we're gonna make that and manifest it in the near future. I'm going to throw you a couple of tracks. You let me know what you want to jump on, and the rest is written in history.
Waiting on you, brother.
Okay, my boy. I love you, man. God bless you and your family. And you know what it is.
Love you back, man. Let's do it. See you in August.
Okay, peace.
Listen, most venues do not have a location problem. They have an entertainment problem. The night feels slow, the music misses the crowd, the lighting feels way flat, the promotion is weak, the room has no clear identity. That's where Sama Entertainment Consulting comes in. I'm Felix Sama. We help nightclubs, lounges, restaurants, and venues turn slow nights into signature nights. We study the room, we identify the right audience, we build stronger theme nights, we bring in the right DJs, live bands, hosts, and entertainment. We improve the sound, lighting, visuals, music programming, marketing, promotions, and customer experience, because a great night is not one thing. It is the right mix of energy, strategy, talent, production, and promotion. When the room feels alive, people stay longer, they spend more, they come back, and they bring their friends. Sama Entertainment Consulting gives your venue a real entertainment strategy, not guesswork. If your venue has slow nights, empty dance floors, weak themes, or no reason for people to return, let's fix it. Book a venue strategy call today. Sama Entertainment Consulting. Let's pack your place.
The Felix Sama Entertainment Business Mindset Success. Hosted by radio veteran, DJ, producer, entrepreneur, Felix Sama. Hear the stories, learn the strategies, build your brand, grow your income, create your legacy. Artists, entrepreneurs, industry leaders. The Felix Sama Podcast, where success leaves clues. Welcome to the show, where culture creates currency.